Welcome back, everyone, on this beautiful Sunday. We are going to be taking my engine pieces to the machine shop at Bullfrog Performance in Zephyr Hills. And what you see here is a 5.9 Cummins from my old mud truck, the FLATNASTY, which we no longer have. I get a lot of questions about the FLATNASTY is gone. We have the new little FLATNASTY, the little Burnout truck we built. It's got 12 valve in it. Last time we did a Burnout at the Florida truck meet down in Miami, we blew the engine up, had 12 valve in it. So now we're putting a common rail in it. I'll be showing you all these really cool parts we've been gathering to build this new engine that's going to be sick. But today we're going to be loading all this stuff up and taking it to the machine shop. So we've got the original head crank here. We're not going to be using the original rods and pistons. All those are going to be trashed. The camshaft we're not going to be reusing. We are going to be reusing the gear and a few other miscellaneous things. But right over here's the block that was in the FLATNASTY here, and we're going to be taking this down to the machine shop, and they're going to be punching it out 20 over. We're putting main studs, head studs. It's just going to be freaking sick. So we'll get this thing loaded up here in a couple minutes, but first I want to show you guys all the cool parts we got in from our friends over at Diesel Auto Power that are going to be going in this amazing engine build. Let's go check them out. I guess first things first, we'll just start opening up all these boxes because I know what I ordered, but I haven't opened up boxes to see everything that came in. And we can show you guys all the really cool parts going on this engine. It is going to be one bad mamma jamma. Minimum of 1,000, 1,100 horsepower pretty easily. I did order some parts right here from Firepunk Diesel. We've got some billet aluminum, lots of billet aluminum going on this thing. I mean, like a lot. Billet aluminum water neck right here. This thing's going to look absolutely sick. Billet aluminum lower water neck going on it. That's going to look even more sick. And we've got some miscellaneous hardware in here. And I don't know what this is. What is this? I think this is a bracket for the lower support bracket for that. So not a big deal there. So really cool billet parts going on there. And the reason we're going with these billet necks is because we're putting a different radiator in it. It's in a box somewhere right there. It's a 4-core radiator instead of the regular 2 or 3 core that comes from the factory. And we want to have a ton of water flow. And we're going to make it look good. And we've got an extra water tank going to be going in the bed of the truck. So we have a water reservoir, and we've got the radiator and all this coolant to keep the engine nice and cool so that it's not getting hot or anything like that. Another really cool part going on this truck, this whole shelf's full of like parts for our project. So as we're doing a big water to air intercooler, I got this from frozenboost.com. It's not the best or the highest quality, but hey, it's going to freaking work. And what this does, your boost goes in here, which can be really hot from that big turbo. It goes out the other side, but in these pipes right here, we're going to be flowing ice cold water through there to keep that hot air going in this side. We're going to be freezing cold air coming out the other side. And we're going to have this is going to be mounted where the factory intercooler would have been in the front of the truck. And we're going to have a big tank in the bed full of ice water, full of ice. And this pump right here is 1,000 or 2,000 gallon rule pump. I don't know all the specs on it, but 2,000 gallons per hour. We used to use these when we did sled pulling, and these things are absolutely a freaking beast. They're more like a bilge pump for a boat. They work absolute wonders. So that right there is what's going to be going to keep our intercooler boost cool. We've got a new used 5-blade Mafia S476 turbocharger from Stainless Diesel. So we got a brand new center section, brand new exhaust housing. I told Johnny, I'm like, hey, we don't really need a brand new turbo as long as you got something that's good and ready to go. So the only thing that's used on this is the 5-blade wheel here and the cover. So really awesome turbo there. That thing's going to work wonders for the project we've got going on. You see some DS18 stuff here. That's for another video in a couple days, so get ready for that. What do we got here? All kinds of vibrant clamps. So on our intercooler piping, we don't want to have any of those hoses that are going to blow apart or anything like that. So we've got vibrant clamps everywhere, and these are like a quick release style clamp. You can kind of see it right there. These things don't blow apart, don't come apart. I did get with my buddy Kevin over at Full Send Diesel. We've got some turbo drain pipes here. I'm sorry, this turbo drain, I don't know what this is. I told him I needed stuff though, so he sent me all kinds of stuff. I think there's a turbo feed line in here somewhere. All kinds of stuff for this thing to be an absolute bulletproof, literally an absolute bulletproof system. So it's going to work out really well. I've got a new Cummins something here. Probably an oil pump is what that looks like. What do we got here? That's heavy. Good Lord. That is stuff for the Lincoln. More Cummins parts. This is an oil pump. I don't know what this is. This is from Cummins, though. What is this? What do we have here?
It's like Chris.
I know, right? I knew there's a bunch of stuff coming in. It's from Cummins, so it has to be for our little Burnout truck build. Oh, these are from my buddy. Now I'm gonna draw a blank. Austin Deutsch. These are billet engine mounts, so the engine is going to be solid in that truck, and it's not going to move. And we got to have these billet engine mounts because of what we're going to be working with the intercooler piping. It doesn't flex at all, so that's what these are. Some billet engine mounts. Keep that engine nice and solid right where it needs to be in its home and not flapping all over the place and moving around like crazy. I know we've got some more really cool stuff. Right here's the brand new S&S 12 millimeter injection pump. This thing is going to be sick. Very expensive little piece here, but it's going to flow all the fuel we'll ever need to make all the horsepower. Got the flow sheet there. Oh, got an air freshener. Probably smells like diesel. Yep. Right there, brand new 12 millimeter stroker pump. That baby is going to flow an insane amount of fuel to the injectors. We are going with 450% over injectors. Yes. You heard that right. Those injectors are capable of making like 2,500 horsepower. The reason we went with such big injectors, so whenever you run a smaller injector, say 100% over, they have to open and close a lot to create power. If we run a much larger injector, they're just going to open one time and let a massive amount of fuel in, and we're going to make power with that, and that runs the engine cooler from what I've been told, according to Mr. Ryan Milliken. We do have a brand new T4 stainless diesel turbo exhaust manifold here. So really cool piece there. This is a catch can. I think we're gonna be putting this, yeah, no, what is this? Yes, catch can for the engine there. That baby right there. What do we got here? Billet parts. These are a billet fan hub pulley. Because not only is this engine going to be powerful, it's going to be sexy. Really sexy. This is a new billet idler pulley. Dang, look at that. That thing looks sick. It looks really good. So you got a billet idler pulley, and I think this right here is going to be a billet fan pulley. Man, they package these things definitely really good. No doubt. Oh, dang. Look at that bird. Since we're not running a fan, we're going to be running an electric fans. I got this one, which covers up the fan hub. So that's going to look really cool. More cool parts right there for the Burnout truck. Pumped about that. These are very expensive. These right here, folks, are Wagler forged steel rods. Not cast rods, forged. I don't want to go with billet rods because we only want to make like 12 to 1,300 horsepower, and these right here are rated for that to do it no problem. Get out of your box. It's almost like I got a box cutter right there I could be using. These babies are so cool. Wagler released these to help people save money instead of having to spend like $4,000 on a set of billet rods. You could buy these forged rods. They're called Wagler Street Fighters. And we're actually going to be taking these with us to the machine shop so that they can balance these. And we're going to be assembling the engine myself, but I want them to balance everything because this engine is going to be living literally at 4,000 RPMs all the time during that burnout. So check that out. Brand new forged Wagler rods. Pretty cool. These are going to support all the horse torques. that baby back there. And we're going to be taking these to the machine shop with us, so we'll leave these out. We're not going to put them back on the shelf. Put that sucker right there. What else do we got over here? We've got more stuff. We got a fast fuel system. That's going to be going on the truck. That you guys pretty know, that's pretty standard stuff with me. That's all I use is fast stuff. This fake engine block I've got here, we're going to be using that, and we put the Cummins in the Lincoln. This box, though, is full of lots of shiny, cool stuff. Lots. More dress-up parts. Really cool dress-up parts. So, what do we got in this one? This is from King Speed. Performance. It's a big box for whatever this is. Oh. This video looks sick. This is a Billet intake horn. So what this is going to sit right on the top of the intake plenum, and it's got this special flange on here to connect to those turbo flanges I already showed you guys. So look at that, all billet aluminum. That's going to look sick. It's going to be so fun when all this comes together. It's definitely going to look sweet. What are you talking about, Willis? What do we got in here? Everything in this box is billet. B-I-L-L-E-T. Billet aluminum. This should be another really sick piece. Oh yeah. Check that out. Where's the end of it? There it is. Oh, it's even O-ring, so no more having to use a freaking gasket. Check that out. This right here is a billet timing cover.
That is cool.
This engine's gonna be so sick. I like the O-ring thing. That's definitely nice. So you don't have to worry about having gasket material and all that crap. It's just gonna look really terrible. Nice touch, guys. Nice touch. Put this back in its home for now. What else we got in here? I know there's several more parts in here. Oh. That's a vibrate clamp. We can shove this in that box full of vibrate parts there. What is this? That's a billet block-off plate. I guess I can show you guys. It's not really that significant, but on the side of the Cummins blocks, there's a little breather, and we're going to be blocking that off because we've got a big valve cover breather that we're going to be using. So, and they package this stuff up really well. There it is right there. So that's going to block off what would have been the breather on the common rail diesel engine. We'll shove this in this box over here with this other piece. That doesn't really need its own box for now. And then last but not least, is going to be a sexy, and I mean sexy, valve cover. This thing's going to look so sick. You're going to open, they're going to be like, oh, that's just an old crappy farm truck out here with a hood stack. I'm going to do a burnout. Psych. You guys been wanting us to build something sick, and here it's coming. This is the main piece. Check that out. That's going on top of the engine. Got a billet oil cap too. Check that out. So we've got another box here. This one's from Diesel Auto Power. They're like your one-stop shop. Everything here, other than the turbo, which I think they're a stainless diesel distributor, we got straight from Diesel Auto Power. So we've got some brand new feed tubes that are going to be going in that engine because we've got new injectors. I didn't show those, but I don't really need to show those. This is what they look like right there. That's what injectors look like. Oh. So billet freeze plugs going in that mug. Billet rear freeze plug going in there. I went ahead and did the edge insight because we're going to put a common rail in the truck, so I want to be able to monitor, RPM, things like that, because a tack on the flatbed is not going to work. So we're going to have to monitor a lot of things off of this. And we got a pyrometer right there. Main studs. We got to carry these. Some ARP main studs. Those got to go with us to the machine shop. Dang. We got plenty of freeze plugs. Some brand new billet push rods. What is this? Hamilton lifters, because there's a cam floating around here somewhere. We are putting a really, really cool cam in this thing. It's going to be awesome. What else do we have here? And some head studs. And these are the Big Daddy ARP 625s going in there. And nothing better than a fluid dampener balancer, because we're going to be spinning this thing all of the RPMs. So there's all these goodies. There's more over here on the shelf. I've kind of lost track of what all we have or don't have, but we've got everything we need to build an absolutely sick Burnout engine, 1,200 horsepower Cummins. Is going to be going in the little flatbed second gen. So this is everything we got. We got the fast fuel system right there. I think I've got, I guess I can show you all this. So you're probably wondering, well, Bruce, how are you going to make that engine run in a second gen? Well, our friends over at, dang it, I can't remember the name of their company. Maybe it's in here somewhere. Anyhow, this wiring harness right here is a standalone wiring harness. And what this does, this is the factory ECM, a CM849 that would be in an 06 Dodge truck. And this wiring harness, yes, it's used, but this whole wiring harness right here is what we're going to use to wire up that engine to sit there and run without using the factory key or anything like that. So this thing will run and be what's called a standalone setup all by itself. Kind of like putting a Holley Terminator kit in something. Well, that's what we're going to use for the Cummins. What is this right here? No, that's just the dash for a truck. Not too worried about that. The cam. You know where you put that cam at there, sir?
I don't know.
Oh, we need the rebuild kit. The rebuild kit's down there.
Didn't really know what was in the box. I just kind of put them where it looked.
You just threw them wherever you could throw them? Is that what you're saying?
Where it fit.
This box is so awkwardly heavy. Alright, this can go back right here out of the way. I'll leave it on. These are shirts, I think, aren't they, or something? Hats. Those can go down here on the floor. We've been shipping out orders every day. You guys have been killing it. Grab your merch at brucewilsonshop.com. Right here, we've got a bunch of speakers. All this DS18 stuff is stuff going into 389 Pete. It's about to have a really awesome sound system. Super pumped about that. What's up?
Oh, hey.
Going?
Go on.
So right here is our engine rebuild kit with all of our pistons and bearings and seals and piston rings, all that good stuff. So we're going to want to bring this with us to the machine shop. They're going to need this stuff. This must be, because they're going to have to cut the pistons down to clearance them for the camshaft we're running. I think this is just a gasket set. They're not going to need that. They're probably a top end gasket set here. Alright, here's the pistons. Got her going. So here's our pistons we're going to be using. These are PAI. They're not exactly the best, they're not exactly OEM pistons, but we don't really need anything crazy OEM. They will do the job just fine. We've got new rings. These pistons, since we're running a bigger cam, we're going to need to clearance for valves. So instead of doing that, we're just going to knock a little bit right off the top of these pistons here and all the way around, and that should do the job. So I'm going to get these up to the machine shop. I've got our box full of parts we need here. We've got our pistons, piston rings, the rods, and the main studs there, because what they're going to have to do is tighten that main stud, I can't even talk. They're going to have to tighten the main caps down and then line bore it, because it's going to be squishing it. It's just going to have just a little bit they're going to have to machine away. It's hard to explain. It'd be easier if I could just show you guys. So we're going to get this stuff loaded up. We're going to go outside, load the engine up and the crankshaft, and we're going to go to the machine shop. So get this engine block rolled out here. Brian's out there on the telehandler. He's going to pull it around. We're going to load it up. So what I was mentioning by the main studs, right here's main bolts to hold the main caps on. We're putting studs. We're going to tighten these down a lot more, and it's going to make this hole just barely smaller. So they're going to take a machine run down through there and make sure it's all nice and even. And this thing's gonna look brand new when we get it back from the machine shop. So we're gonna roll it out here. All right, let's get this thing set in there. Feel bad for the person who owns the TRX after me. Ready?
Yep.
She's heavy. All right, blocks in there, check. We got our pistons, rods. Brian's bringing the crank out on the dolly. Piston rings, main studs. That should be all they need. And once they get kind of close to getting this thing done, we're gonna bring the head down and they're gonna get the head knocked out also. So, let's get this crank set up here and we'll go to the machine shop. I forgot they closed at 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. So thankfully they opened it up for us. Ryan, I guess, set the camera down and help me set this in here right quick. Shout out to Bullfrog for being the awesome people they are. Here we go. See how much weight came off the back of that truck? Well, TRX turned into a little work truck. So shout out to Mr. Lee. He's one of the guys that works here. Jeremiah is the owner, for hanging out and dealing with me. Showing up right at closing time. I should have known better. But it's here, it's dropped off. They're gonna start on it. It's gonna take them about a week and a half to get the work done we need to, and they're gonna bring the head when we get back from our trip to Texas. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you guys are as pumped as I am to get started on this FLATNASTY burnout truck build. It's gonna be freaking sick. See y'all later. Peace out.